I didn't come here and tell you, I will give you like a shitty presentation and it's gonna suck and all this. I established credibility so you know that I have what it takes. It's unique. Right? And then I told you that I didn't prepare, so that made you doubt that I might be able, that I'm able to actually deliver what I have. Right? And so when I said about, it's not just the writing, it's all the signs, that's why there's like the untitled, I didn't even save it, right? So all of these signs give you hint that they actually support what I'm saying. So it's not just pretentiousness. But I really didn't have time, it's just not there.
بس هذا بيضرب كمان credibility نفس الوقت. يعني انت اوكي انه يمكن عم تعمل انه approach معينه انه ايه انه please don't set very high your expectations بس بنفس الوقت عم تضرب الكريديبيليتي تبعيتها حتى لو قلت انه you spent an amount of money on doing this and you have experience in working with this stuff بس بنفس الوقت انه عم تضربها بناحيه ثانيه عم تلعب بالطاقتين بنفس الوقت.
That's very true.
صرنا انه ما بعرف انه.
That's very true. And this applies if I don't manage to keep you till the end and impress you at the end.
Okay.
Right? So if you set those a bit lower than average expectations or lower than what you're going to deliver, and then you fail to keep the audience hooked till the end to deliver the final blow that is going to exceed their expectations, then what you said is definitely right. And this is the challenge. A lot of them work if you can actually maintain the hook, right, throughout all the time and be able to deliver the final blow that actually creates the impact. Okay? So that's also the part of demonstration. So you get it because you're experiencing it. And writing for social media is not about saying something, it's about having the audience experience something, an experience. It's about having them share an experience with you, basically. And so, okay. So we'll come back to this later. These are George Orwell had like 6 rules for writing, and not like creative writing, and they were then re-edited by Seth Godin. I actually care about the last 2. This is what Seth Godin says. He says, and this is I think what Rita shared, or what Jessica shared. If the goal is no feedback, then say nothing. If the goal is to communicate, then say what you mean. And that's what Jessica said. Say it as it is. Don't try to coat it. And all this. Okay. And part of also. Okay. So part of setting credibility, not only to yourself but to the whole subject or to the whole context, is testimonials. We all know this. What I'm going to share with you are a different aspect of testimonials because, like I said, testimonials isn't only about writing. Okay, so I hope, is Rami here? Okay, so this is a testimonial that Rami said, and this will bring me back to what Rita started with. Rami said, TEDxBeirut website, a social space for the intellectual community in Lebanon. Awesome, okay? So that's a testimonial from Rami. Testimonials, does anyone know why testimonials work?
They build credibility. And personal touch has to relate to persons, not relate to objects or whatever.
Right. What else?
Somebody else risked it and they found that it was good, so you can trust it.
Right. So it's not you saying something about yourself. It's about somebody else saying something about you.
It's good feedback.
And that's credible.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're not biased. Okay? What's funny about this is Rita mentioned keywords. Part of social writing is using the right keywords or knowing what the right keywords are, feeding them to your community, and having the community repeat them, and then quoting them in a testimonial.
Intellectual.
Sorry?
The intellectual community part.
Right, so these are words, these are keywords that I purposely have chosen. I purposely tweeted long before the website came online, so there was no direct link. and I purposely used the exact same words when I was presenting the website on stage, right? And so when people listen to them and they stick, and it has to be the right keyword. It's not like any keyword would work, because it has to be contextual. It has to really touch on the emotions. It has to really tackle something important. And so the people adopt, the community adopts those keywords. They repeat them. They retweet them. And you just get to use them in a testimonial and tell people that this is credible because somebody else is talking like that about you.
But actually you put the thought in there.
Right. He put everything. He said this.
Yes.
He said this, and Rami heard him saying this. But if we saw William here account, not Rami's account, it's gonna be more. It's not gonna be as credible as Rami's.
Yeah.
Right. Right. A lot of the things that I'm going to go through, I mean, it's debatable because it could be used for really bad intentions.
Yeah.
It could be like brainwashing and all this. So don't do that. Be nice. Okay. I'm using this for the sake of TEDxBeirut, which is really creating a social space for the intellectual community, right? So it's not like we're bullshitting to earn some extra few bucks. And this is why I'm not giving this workshop to a company so that they could use it and make a lot of money, basically. Okay. So, okay, so basically, do you see these? These are testimonials. Do you see these? These are testimonials. They're not only testimonials, they're more powerful testimonials than this one. Because one of the basic instincts of people is to belong. That's why there's the word community. Right? Because people want to belong. And people who have a shared cause want to belong together. And that's why the Twitter feed isn't just that people are tweeting about you. Unconsciously, it gives you a sense of belonging. And if you're not part of the community, and you see that everyone is tweeting about TEDxBeirut, and everyone is part of the community, then they would want to belong in that. And this is why also, I'll tell you something about Facebook comments. Facebook comments, they don't display comments like discuss or like a blog's comment. They actually show you the comments of your friends that you interact with the most. That's a testimonial there. Because when you go into the TEDxBeirut website, you actually read the comments of the friends that you like. And those people that you don't like, you don't see what they're saying. So now, your friends are telling you that this is good and you trust the friends that you like. The Facebook like box with the faces, it actually shows you faces of your friends. And it tells you that your friends are endorsing TEDxBeirut and you're not. And you actually belong, you already belong to your network of friends, and your friends belong to the community of TEDxBeirut. That's all testimonials. And that's why the context and everything around the writing also matters. So if you want to write something, you want to give it an impact, you want it to be powerful, make sure you put the right stuff around it. I came up with that just now.
And the same thing happens on Twitter. Like whenever you retweet from TEDx, like someone else's tweet about TEDx, they directly start talking more about TEDx because they feel like they have a sense of duty. Like, yay, you took our tweet into consideration, and we're gonna keep on talking.
Exactly. Exactly. Totally. And so basically, these are testimonials. This is a testimonial. People will look at it and they're like, oh my God, so they read community. And they look and they actually see that there is a community. And now they believe. They're not just words anymore. So they're on purpose right here next to each other. Because you look at this and you read it and then you look for a sign to see whether you should believe it or not. And on some level you believe it because you see like this. You see the team, you see the love. Right? And all of these are emotional signs of what a healthy community looks like.
Convince them emotionally.
Right. Did I overmeet your expectations about the TEDxBeirut website? Okay. If I didn't, I could try harder.
But I also want to mention that I think that this is a build-up to a long game. And the initial thing is like TEDxBeirut, for example. TEDxBeirut by itself is the attraction. And you know, it has something, it's a longing that people are looking for. And all of this are creating the build-up, the space for people to actually relate to it more. So it's about creating that relationship to something that's already there, stirred up within them. And I remember, my children just started school, so the first thing one teacher just told me is, I can't wait for the next, when are they going to have the registration? And it was like, okay, welcome back from the summer. And it was like, when is the TEDxBeirut coming? You know, I'm already thinking of certain things and so on. And so it's creating that, for me, it's creating a relationship through all.
Definitely, it definitely is. This actually reminded me of something I wrote in a note a while back. It was because of, it was triggered by the first TEDxBeirut Salon that we launched, and it was because of TEDxBeirut's talk about what makes a leader and how the followers actually follow a leader and all this. And the way, and what I wrote was actually everybody doesn't really follow a leader. When a movement happens, it's because everybody already wants to do that thing by their own. They're just afraid to do it. And then when somebody goes up and takes the risk and he does it, it's not that they're actually following him because of him. He just gave them an excuse to do what they've always already wanted to do. Right? And this is, in a way, what you're saying. So whatever is happening and all the ripples of TEDxBeirut, it's because a lot of people already wanted that. They longed to that. And everything that we're doing is we're helping them actually just come out in a way and achieve that long and express it. What else? So keywords. Credibility, expectations, keywords. Can somebody tell me what this is?
Happy faces.
Hmm?
Happy faces. It's people that are satisfied after they've attended an event and it met their expectations at the end of the day.
This is a kind of teaser to let people come to the third salon. It's you're telling people if you don't come to the third salon, you're gonna miss something. You're gonna miss all this engagement, all the community together. You're gonna miss the comfort because a lot of people are smiling and happy.
As long as that's actually the question that you asked and the response that you got, because I know people who take pictures and they tell everybody, okay, everybody raise your hands and act like you're having a good time. And they take those pictures and they publish them. And it infuriates me. I trust, because I know TEDxBeirut, I trust that this is actually accurate. But there are certain people who I've seen this happen and I don't believe it.
And that brings you back to the first thing that I think you said, it was trust.
The credibility.
I mean, it's not, it's beyond the credibility. It's not about knowledge. It's really about trusting.
And I can guarantee that this is authentic.
and something also about social media, like you can play these games, but you need to keep it like if people were happy, like at this level, you can show it at this level maybe in social media. But if people were like angry or like weren't happy, you can't show it with the person. Yeah. And that's how you can play in social media, like you can show it one or two more level. So, and that's legitimate. But if it's like being down and showing it the opposite,
over-exaggerating.
yeah,
Exactly.
it will backfire on you.
Exactly. And this is,
I mean, I can give you an example. I was in the States and I wasn't here for the third salon. I saw the pictures. I was like, wish I was